From Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school girls softball here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, who were 7-11 a season ago, 5-7 in conference play, take on the Ringgold Rams. The Rams winless a season ago. This is their opening game of the season. The Mustangs off to a 1-0 start after a 14-5 win over Mapletown back on March the 9th. Brian Morozak along with Nick Barczyk. Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube Live video feed. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream courtesy of Brite Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping and M&R Transit. So Nick Barczyk, section play opening up this afternoon. You look at the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. They just missed out on a playoff spot last year, going 5-7 in the conference. They graduated only 4 seniors. Of those 4, only 2 played meaningful time. The Mustangs think they have a good chance of getting into the WPIAL playoffs this year for the first time since 2013.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. When you spell it out like that, a lot of continuity there with only 4 seniors leaving and a lot of players returning for Coach Livingston. And watching them warm up, it was great to see. They looked like a really fun squad. And, 7-11 last year, playing a team without a win last year in the Ringgold Rams. So, and Coach Livingston also said he's just eager to get a game in after 4 rainouts. Just one game, that big win over Mapletown, pretty much a double-digit win. So, certainly see what they can do at home today against the Rams, who are desperate to shake off the bad stench of last year.
Yeah, they're just 0-18 last year, Nick. Just 11 players on their roster this season, but they're certainly looking for improvement.
Absolutely. Nowhere to go but up, and certainly when you have a rough season like that, there's nowhere to go but up, and 0-18 is rough, but good for the girls that came back that were on the team last year, and yeah, we saw their lineup here. Some freshmen in the starting lineup along with 3 juniors and a few seniors as well. So, yeah, good to see the Rams make the trek down to Fayette County, and LH hoping they remain winless like they were last year, but they're looking to get off the schneid, if you will.
Yeah, the Mustangs won both meetings last year, winning by scores of 17-3 on April the 1st and 10-6 on April the 16th. It'll be Alice Ramus on the mound for the Ringgold Rams. Peyton Senge will pitch for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Senge just a 1.69 ERA a season ago, Nick, and she struck out 18, walked only 14. Got to like that strikeout to walks ratio.
Absolutely. Between the strikeouts and the ERA, she's like a Paul Skeens out there with those numbers. Absolutely. We'll be seeing him Thursday in the season opener. But Senge, first chance to watch her pitch, and with numbers like that, it might be a long day for Ringgold.
It should be a lot of fun here this afternoon. The high school sports season starting here on WMBS for the spring season. Laurel Highlands taking on Ringold. We'll set the batting lineup for the Rams and the defense for Laurel Highlands when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulesinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Uniontown Applebee's is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands softball. Stop in after the games for late-night half-price select appetizers every night from 9 p.m. until close. Located at 102 Walmart Drive in Uniontown, Applebee's.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Brite, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Brite specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Brite has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Brite 724-437-6090 or visit brite-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Prime Rosek, Nick Barczyk back here at Laurel Highlands High School. Looks like a little bit of an early start here, Nick. Just about set to go. It's 3:53, but the Rams and the Mustangs set to get at it. Why don't you set the Ringgold batting lineups? They'll come to bat here in the top half of the first inning.
Absolutely, Brian. For the Ringgold Rams, their leadoff hitter is the shortstop, and she is number 74, sophomore Addie Allen. Batting second will be the freshman, number 28 catcher Riley Morrison. Alice Ramus is in the circle pitching. Number 33, the senior Annie Pelissaro is the cleanup hitter in the 4 spot. Number 14 in center field, Addison Jenkins, the junior, batting fifth. Number 2, the third baseman, and Megan Powell is the junior at first base, number 24, batting sixth. In the 7th spot, Allie Bagnell, try not to call her Bagwell throughout the day. Allie Bagnell, the junior, in the 7th spot. Number 10 in right field, Lucia Fonzie is the freshman in the 8th spot. Number 12 at second base, and Jules Campa is a number 9 hitter for the Rams, the junior, number 4 in left field.
Defensively for Laurel Highlands, they'll have Kylie Carney out in left, Peyton Rambo in center, and Gianna Miller in right. Around the horn, Liv McClellan playing third. Kayla Howe is the shortstop. Aubrey Spielman playing second base. Chloe Kamako is at first base. Peyton Senge pitching for Laurel Highlands. Again, Senge 3-6 a season ago, 1.69 ERA and 62 innings of work. Struck out 88, walked just 14. And Emma Cavalier pitching for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. And Nick, you had an opportunity to talk to the umpires before the game as well.
Absolutely, and promised nothing but good things, of course, to the men in blue. Paul Dunham is the ump behind home plate, and on the base is Don Richter. So Mr. Dunham, Mr. Richter on the field today.
Again, have to thank our video stream sponsors, MNR Transit and Brite Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping, and Laurel Highlands Boosters. Also a special shout out to our local neighborhood Applebee's as well for their supports so far this season. Really couldn't ask for a better afternoon for high school softball here in March. A little bit cool, game time temperature around 45 degrees, but bright sunshine, always nice to see.
Absolutely, Brian. The phone's always reliable, says 49, so we might get to 50 by the end of the day. Right now at 3:55 on this Tuesday afternoon, late in March. And, yeah, beautiful day. Again, Coach Livingston saying good to just get a game in after all those rainouts. And today's game was supposed to be played yesterday, but here we go.
Yeah, the only game the Mustangs have played so far this season, a 14-5 win over Mapletown about 2 weeks ago, and it'll be Addie Allen, the sophomore shortstop, leading things off here for the Ringgold Rams. Again, Ringgold winless a season ago, trying to change that here against Laurel Highlands this afternoon. And the first throw there from Senge, and a hard ground ball right to first, stepping on the first base bag. 3 unassisted. Chloe Kamako retires Allen, and 1 away here in the top of the first. That didn't take long at all, Nick.
Yeah, that'll wake you up, Kamako, and she's fired up.
Yes.
She was alert over there at first, and that was an easy 3 unassisted put out, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Riley Morrison now stepping in, freshman catcher for the Ringgold Rams. And Senge gets set to deliver the first toss, a little low for ball 1. Ringgold in the away navy blues, gold numbers, a little white trim. Laurel Highlands the home white pinstripes with red numbers and blue trim.
You can tell Riley Morrison's a catcher, Brian. She's tough, no batting gloves in there.
Yes.
She steps in, love to see that. That's old school.
1-0 counts. Toss on the way. That one fouled off there by the freshman Morrison. Even up the count at 1-1. Pretty good crowd on hand here, Nick, for the opening high school softball game in conference play so far this season. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Ringgold Rams even have some fans coming over to say hi to you as well.
Yes, that's why she came over.
Yeah, 1-1 pitch on the way. And that one's going to be ruled just off the plate. So 2-1 now from Senge to Morrison. You don't go out in public too much, Nick. So everyone wants to come by and get your autograph.
Absolutely. A selfie. I think that's what they do now.
Yes.
They'll stop by the studio at 3 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes. So the count 2-1, one away here, just underway, top of the first inning. Ringgold and Laurel Highlands section opener for both schools.
Yeah, some folks filing in. Good to see. Beautiful day. The sun's out. That's a beautiful day in March in Fayette County when the sun's out, even if it is in the 40s.
Now 2-1, Senge to Morrison, and that pitch catches the outside corner to even up the count now at 2-2. And Laurel Highlands 5-7 in the conference. They lost both meetings to rival Uniontown a season ago. If they would have had one of those two wins or an extra win over Belle Vernon, would have got them into the postseason. As that one fouled off again by Morrison, count remains 2-2.
That has to sting for LH to lose 2 games to your crosstown rival last year, but hey, that happens, and see what they can do this year.
And they'll actually play the first time this season a week from Monday over at Bailey Park, 13 days from now. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the first strikeout of the season for Senge, sending down Riley Morrison in her first varsity at-bat as a freshman. And we have 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first inning for the Ringgold Rams. That'll bring up Alice Ramus, who's the counter for Senge, pitching for the Ringgold Rams, senior for Ringgold. Trying to get things started, batting from the right side against the righty Senge. The first toss from Senge, high for ball 1. You have Emma Cavalier behind home plate for Laurel Highlands. Cavalier for the Mustangs, a junior. The Mustangs got pretty good pop up and down their lineup a season ago. And there's another pitch catching the corner there from Peyton Senge to even up the count at 1-1 here to Alice Ramus.
Yeah, Senge, can tell she knows what she's doing out there in the circle.
And very composed. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Quickly 1-2 now to Alice Ramus. And despite some of the weather that we had here this past weekend, the field in pretty good shape right now, Nick. They did a great job with it.
It looks very well and very playable.
1-2 pitch, check swing. Did she go? The home plate umpire says no. Now bring the count 2-2 now from Senge to Ramus. In a scoreless game, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Nice to have you along with us for a Tuesday afternoon of high school softball. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts from Peyton Senge to end this top of the first inning, and we'll head to the bottom of the first with Laurel Highlands coming to bat. The Rams.
West Green and Mapletown school districts to help student athletes stay at their best. From coordinating additional specialist care to treating on-site injuries, their experts cater to your personal needs. Specialized services include concussion diagnosis and rehabilitation and treatment for sport-specific injuries. For more information on athletic training at NovaCare, visit novacare.com or contact your local office today.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
hi, come on in. How are you
for
doing?
personal, professional health care you can trust. See Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris. Proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hardley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
serving number 3,944.
Brian Rozek, Nick Barczyk back here at Laurel Highlands High School. Moving to the bottom of the first inning. The Ringgold Rams retired 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Laurel Highlands coming to bat. Here's Nick with their lineup.
Yes, for the Mustangs, leading off and playing at shortstop, number 21, Kayla Howe. Peyton Rambo is in the number 2 spot. The center fielder is number 8. That's appropriate. Emma Cavalier is catching. She's in the number 3 spot. Number 53, Chloe Kamako, is over at first base, batting 4th. Number 56 in the circle, pitching. Peyton Senge is batting 5th. Number 28, batting 6th. Number 30, second baseman Aubrey Spielman. In the 7th spot, Lou McClellan and she's at third base, number 50 in the 8th spot. Number 12, right fielder Gianna Miller, and Kylie Carney is batting ninth, the left fielder, number 2 for the Lady Mustangs.
And defensively for Ringold, they'll Jules Camp out in left, Annie Pellicero in center, and Allie Bagnell in right. Around the horn, Addison Jenkins playing third, Addie Allen playing short, Lucia Fonzie playing second base, Megan Powell playing first, Alice Ramus the pitcher, and Riley Morrison catching for the Ringgold Rams. So Kayla Howe, the senior shortstop, stepping in here for Laurel Highlands as the Mustangs try to get something going here in the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch, Howe's taking, but it's in there for a strike. Good delivery there from Ramus as the count moves to 0-1.
And the Mustangs with a quick 1-2-3 inning on defense. Want to hit for a while.
Howell, a season ago, batted .268 with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. 0-1 pitch now on the way. That one clearly off the plate. Count now even at 1-1. So Howell trying to make this senior season special for Laurel Highlands. Trying to lead off here and get on base in this bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, absolutely. First home game of the last season of her high school career. I'm sure she'll remember it.
That one fouled off by Howell. Takes the count to 1-2. Gonna have to thank Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube Live video feed and our video stream sponsors here today. Brite Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping and M&R Transit. 1-2 pitch on the way. The ball foul tipped. Also caught the mask of the catcher Morrison. Had a sting there a little bit.
Absolutely. Sure, that stung a lot.
Catcher checking on her. Making sure she has all of her P's and Q's there.
Her faculties, yeah.
Yes. After getting stung a little bit. He appears okay, trying to shake it off.
Yeah, that'll definitely wake you up your first few moments behind the plate. Those catchers are tough, as we mentioned. No batting gloves for Morrison when she's at the plate.
She's the freshman, too. Talk about welcome to varsity softball.
That's it.
Yeah, take one there right on the helmet, bottom of the first inning of your first varsity game.
Probably a good thing to get that the cobweb shaken up early.
1-2 pitch, that one off the plate. Evens up the count now at 2-2. The Mustangs tomorrow were scheduled to play at Oakland Catholic, but their field...
Denge, and now 2 up, 2 down for Ramus. Yeah, she does have batting gloves, unlike her other catcher, Morrison, the other catcher in this game. And there seems to be an issue with her jersey here. Paul Dunham, the home plate umpire, questioning her jersey, but here we go. 2 outs, nobody on. No score, bottom of the first. Brian Morozak, everything all right?
Yeah, for some reason our video stream dropped out there for about 30 seconds, but Carl got it back on, and that ball fouled off there by Cavalier. I missed Rambo. What ended up happening there?
She grounded out to second, 4-3 on the putout. Right. I just assume you saw the hot dog vendor. That would be Steve Super.
No, I don't. I'm not just going to take off like that unless we have issues. So.
You jumped up.
Hey, always got to be ready.
Absolutely. Prepared. Preparation is essential.
0-1 pitch on the way. That one misses the load, even up the count at 1-1. If you missed anything, want to see that at bat again, of course, we'll have the full archive up later on tonight as well on YouTube.
Absolutely. Watch it while you're listening to the Penguins.
Yes. 1-1 on the way, and that ball just a little high and outside takes the count now to 2-1. Cavalier, a season ago, .377 average, Nick. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs as a sophomore, now a junior for this Laurel Highlands squad.
And good numbers there, good batting average.
2-1 pitch on the way, and that one just outside takes it to 3-1. Still looking for our first base runner of the afternoon.
Right, and thank goodness for duct tape, as this chilly, gusty wind is not exactly welcome.
Yeah, actually brought hand warmers, brought the jacket. I'm set to go today.
There you go.
Swing and a miss there to even up the count now, actually to make the count full with 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
And Ramus has to be loving this. A strike away from a 1-2-3 inning as a strikeout. Easy ground out, now 2 strikes.
3-2 pitch, this ball hit high in the air to shallow right center, and charging and hanging on there, Annie Pellicero for the 3rd out of the inning. So just like the Rams in the top of the first, the Mustangs retired 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first inning. So to the top of the second, scoreless, Ringgold and Laurel Highlands here on the Ciabrata Group High School Sports Day.
Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck.
For more information about M&R Transit, call them 724-439-3164, 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Moving now to the top of the second inning, scoreless Ringgold and Laurel Highlands, and Nick Barczyk will bring you the second here on the WMBS YouTube page.
Thank you, Brian. It is the second inning, no score, and Annie Pelissaro is the center fielder batting to lead off the inning against Peyton Senge, and you're looking for a base runner. 3 up, 3 down for each pitcher. 2 strikeouts for Senge, 1 for Ramus. And the kick and the come home from the right-hander is in for a strike. Pelissaro, Jenkins, and Powell, if anyone reaches Bagnell for Ringgold here in the top half of the second. Again, no score.
Pelissaro, Ringgold Sr.
Yeah, senior, that veteran leadership for Ringgold, much needed this year as they look to bounce back would be an understatement. Just winning a game would be an improvement from last year, but again, can only go up from here. As we mentioned, the Mustangs, a 7-11 mark last year, 5-7 in the conference, and 1-0 to start after a 14-5 win over Mapletown. Now the offering from Senge is inside.
And count now 2-2. Senge back-to-back strikeouts of Morrison and Ramus, and the first trying to keep it going here, facing Pelissaro to start the second.
Yeah, 2-2 now, as you mentioned, and who needs defense? Looking for a third straight strikeout, the kicking to come home. That one just misses outside. The count's now full 3-2.
Mentioned a season ago, Senge 88 strikeouts, only 14 walks. Gotta love that efficiency.
My goodness, that's dominant. That's Paul Skeen's Tarek Skubal-like. And the 3-2 is up, and that is ball 4, leadoff walk, and that's the first base runner of the game, taken any way you can. A base on balls brings up Addison Jenkins, and a very Chicago Cubs name, I have to say, Brian, being the nerd I am. Wrigley Field, where the Cubs play, is on Addison Street. Fergie Jenkins is the greatest pitcher in Cubs history. So I don't know if she's aware of the Cubs lineage and linkage to her name, but
I'm going to guess no.
That just popped as soon as I saw her name, like, wow.
That pitch low. Look out here, Nick.
And down to second, and the tag is applied. Safe. So down to second with the no outs is Pelissaro.
I think they missed her on the tag.
They did. Yeah, the tag was missed. The throw was there by Cavalier, but down to second is Pelissaro, so a runner in scoring position with nobody out for the Rams.
I think they had her there if the tag would have been made.
Yes, absolutely. It was a good throw. And this one is on the ground down to third, and that's fielded by McClellan and into the dirt. Safe there at first will be Jenkins, and the runner Pelissaro to third. So first and third, nobody out. The Rams have something going here with no score in the top of the second.
How you scoring that one, Nick?
That's a tough one. I'll give her grace, give her an infield single.
Okay. One of those bang-bangers could have won either way,
Absolutely.
But now Ringgold in business. 2 on, nobody out. Runners here in the corners.
Notice I didn't say anything. I was waiting for you to make that decision.
Oh, I got you.
I hate to be tough. I'll give an infield single. Now down to second is Jenkins. And just like that, no throw, second and third, nobody out. So after the first 6 batters of the game, went down relatively easily. Ringgold now with a walk, a steal, and a single with second and third, no out for Powell. The first baseman bats. And the kick and the come home, that's a swing and a miss for a strike.
We mentioned when these two schools played here, Nick, a season ago on April 16th, Laurel Highlands won 10-6. It was a relatively close game. When they met earlier in April on the 1st last year, the Mustangs won 17-3.
Yeah, that first meeting was good for Ringold. Strike 3 called there. Much needed for Senge, her third strikeout, and most importantly, the first out of the inning. When you have second and third no outs, you need an out desperately, and she got it. But, yeah, looking through the Ringgold results last year, that was one of the closer games. They had one-run game against Oakland Catholic, who LH will play tomorrow, but a lot of blowouts in there, so Ringgold looking to keep it close today.
Oakland Catholic could be another one of those schools kind of right on the fringe of making the WPIAL playoffs. Certainly another important game tomorrow, and look out here.
Scoring for a bunt and taking a strike there is Bagnell.
A little squeeze action there, Nick.
Absolutely. The squeeze is in play here for Ringgold as they look to get the game's first run. Second and third, one out. No score in the top of the second as Allie Bagnell, the number 7 inning right fielder, takes a hack of that one up and out of the strike zone. Should have left it up there.
Yeah, certainly went a chase in a big spot here now, down 0-2 for the junior Bagnell, playing right field today for the Ringgold Rams.
Bagnell looks in, Senge looks in and delivers. That one's low and in for a ball. Ringgold would love, obviously, who wanted to get the first run in the game, but when you're overmatched and the underdog on the road, getting that first run is an even bigger deal. Now Senge looks in, gets the sign from Cavalier, delivers, and strike 3 called. Again, maybe a little low in the zone. Bagnell gives Mr. Dunham behind home plate a quizzical look, but his decision will stand. It's 2 outs.
And 2 quick strikeouts there for the Mustangs, and Peyton Senge now 4 for the game.
Yeah, she shot him a look, but that was strike 3. We are behind home plate, but still tough to see that strike zone as well as Paul Dunham can, and that's the second out. Senge needed that. She's bouncing back here after allowing the first 2 on. If you get out of a second and third no-out jam without giving up any runs, that's a minor victory here, only in the second, but
Lucia Fonzie now at the plate. Count 0-1, make it 0-2.
yeah, not a good swing there. Pitch in the dirt for Lucia Fonzie, who is batting here. Second baseman, number 12 in the 8th spot.
This would be huge for Senge here, Nick, to get out of the inning after 2 on with nobody out.
Yes, second and third no out, then 2 looking strikeouts, 4 for the game. Senge has been resilient, and look at that. 3 up, 3 down on strikeouts after she allowed the 2 on. No runs, a hit, and no errors, and 2 left with 3 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the second, Brian, and everyone joining us. No score, Ringgold and Laurel Highlands. It's softball, high school softball, here on the WMBS YouTube page.
And, of course, it's the C. Harper Honda Group High School Sports Day. Stay tuned, more in just a moment.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family-owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's Al Altre, Uniontown's newest restaurant with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options. Open Wednesday and Thursday 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in Little E's 7 West South Street across from a parking garage.
As bottom of the second inning begins between Ringgold and Laurel Highlands. Beautiful day for softball here. No score in the bottom of the second. What a job by Peyton Senge to get out of that jam. With second and third, nobody out. And she struck out the side after all that with 2 looking strikeouts and a swinging strikeout of Fonzie. And now Chloe Camacco bats, the cleanup hitting first baseman, number 56. We were alerted by Paul Dunham, Brian, the home plate umpire, that Bella Burwell's now in for Allie Bagnell and right. So not sure why that happened, but that's what I was told.
Make that note on our list as well. As Camacco takes the first pitch for ball 1. Camacco, a .342 average, a season to go, 6 RBIs as a freshman, now a sophomore.
Good swing there and fouls it off to the right for a strike, and she made that play on the first pitch of the game over at first, and clean up hitting first baseman. A lot of power there with that .340 plus average last year.
The Mustangs looking for their first base runner of the game. Retired 1-2-3 back in the bottom of the first. Howe struck out, Rambo grounded out, and Cavalier flew out.
That's in for a strike, and the Mustangs have to be elated after that last inning. No runs given up after second and third, no outs, with Senge battling back for the 3 strikeouts. Now the meat of their order looking to take advantage, and Senge is on deck, followed by Spielman. And Ramus delivers this one. This is in the air to shallow left center. It's going to drop in for a hit right in front of Pelissaro. So that's a leadoff single for Camacco, the Mustangs' first base runner and hit of the game.
And just with a doctor order there for Laurel Highlands, now you have Peyton Senge coming to the plate. She batted .238 during her freshman year, now a sophomore, homer and 2 RBIs. Opportunity here to keep things going for the Mustangs in a scoreless game. Bottom of the second inning, 1 on and nobody out.
Absolutely, trying to help herself out, something that major leaguers can't do anymore. Pitchers helping their own cause with offense. Love to see that still in the high school game, and Senge a good hitter as well as a very good pitcher, as Paul Dunham is explaining something to the third base coach here.
Have to say hello to our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services, checking in on our YouTube Live video stream. Appreciate his support of high school sports here on WMBS. He said, happy to hear you on the call today, Nick.
I don't think he misses a broadcast we do.
No, he is a great supporter of high school sports and WMBS.
Absolutely, and that pitch is in for a strike, so thank you, sir, and everyone watching and listening. Brian, Nick, and Carl on the camera. As we have no score here in the bottom of the second. Mustangs batting, runner at first, no outs. Senge against Ramus. Ramus on the mound, and Senge, the pitcher, hits this one in the air to right field and making the basket catch.
Wow.
Indeed, making that catch is Burwell, who's just into the game. Fly out 9 for the first out. What a play.
Yeah, welcome to the game, Bella Burwell. And that was a tough catch, too. And barely able to grasp that one in, but as you said, Nick, a basket catch described that one perfectly, and Burwell getting it done out there in right field for Ringgold. That'll be the first out here of the inning, and I'll bring up Aubrey Spielman.
A basket catch in right field. Love to see that. That pitch in the dirt, throw down, and in safely standing up as the throw bounces in as Camacco. She dances back to second, and she's at second with 1 away. So now runner in scoring position for the Mustangs, their first of the game for Aubrey Spielman, who's batting here, batting in the 6th spot. The second baseman, number 30, looks in against Ramus, who spins that ball a little in her right hand, kicks and delivers, and that pitch is low for a ball.
Spielman a season ago, .282 average, a homer and 6 RBIs, Mustang junior, and playing second base here today.
So after Senge got out of her jam, second and third, no outs. Here's a jam for Ramus as this one's in the air to left field, going over to her left and dropping that off the glove of Campa. So Camacco will head to third, and heading into second is Spielman. And now Camacco will head for home, play at the plate. Ball's dropped by the catcher, Morrison, and Camacco scores. Laurel Highlands strikes first, 1-0 in the second.
Actually, Nick, 2 errors on that play.
Yeah.
The drop out there in left field, and then Morrison unable to hang on the Ringgold catcher, allowing Camacco to score on the play for Laurel Highlands. And it really had Camacco, I think, dead to rights there at home, but Morrison able to hang on, and the Mustangs score the game's first run up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, Brian, have to award 2 errors there. Not award, but designate 2 errors there. Nobody wants those, but yeah, that's how that run scored, and the Mustangs strike first, and Ringold has to be defeated there. It's second and third, no outs in their half of the second, came up empty. And the Mustangs take advantage with a couple of errors, and this one's in the air to right. Burwell again on her horse.
That's fair.
And that one's going to drop a fair ball for McClellan, as now she's rounding first, heading for second. Spielman scores to make it 2-0 Laurel Highlands, and still on the move is McClellan. She'll stop at third. 2-0 Mustangs in the second.
That'll be an RBI triple.
Yes, it will be.
For Liv McClellan. Scoring on the play, Aubrey Spielman. And now the Mustangs a 2-0 lead over Ringgold with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And Gianna Miller will be the 5th Mustang to bat here in this half inning.
That is an RBI triple to right. Burwell did all she could, and that one drops fair. And now Gianna Miller indeed is the batter, 0-1.
Swing and a miss there for Miller, who batted .250 as a freshman. 1 RBI a season ago. She's not bothered by the cold temperatures, has the sleeves rolled up and set to go for this 0-1.
Love to see that check swing. Did not go, 1-1. And you know what the Mustangs have done this inning and can continue to do, Brian? Put up a crooked number.
Yes, they could.
So they put 2. Anything but 1, I guess, is a crooked number. But once you get to 3 and above, that's really a crooked number. But they put up 2 so far. That one misses up. Pat Hughes actually says that a ton. That's how I got it. The Cubs announcer. It's a very Cubs broadcast today, even though we're in southwest Pennsylvania.
Probably be playing Go Cubs Go for some reason for the end of the game, right?
There you go. You love that. So that one's out of play, and actually we could have gotten the damage from that one. That one went through the hole there in the fence.
And actually put that hole in for us. Nick. They had it covered.
Ironic.
But if the hole was not covered, you wouldn't have a view of home plate. Our camera behind home plate there with Carl Childs. So, and Carl giving us a good view of that hole.
Yeah, we appreciate that, but of course it could come back to bite us.
Yes.
As long as nothing hits our car.
No.
I'd take one off the noggin over the car.
We're up there high and left.
This pitch is fouled off again. She's slapping that ball back into the shrubbery and the trees back there.
That's a pretty steep hill down there. I think it's tough to probably retrieve some of those balls. Maybe easier to find this time of year than maybe in a couple of weeks when you start to see all the growth out there. If you play a game here in May, things would be a little bit different.
Yeah, very hilly here at the Laurel Highlands High School campus, if you're familiar with it, but you're right about that, yeah. It's late March, not May yet, so easy to find those balls. So it's 2-0 Laurel Highlands, runner at third, one out. In the bottom of the second as Gianna Miller faces the pitcher Ramus, and this one is popped up, and the shortstop coming in to make that grab, that's Allen. For the second out, retreating and staying at third is McClellan.
A good job there from Allen, charging and getting from the shortstop position for the second out of the inning. And now Kylie Carney will be the sixth Mustang to bat here in this bottom of the second. 2 runs already across. Laurel Highlands trying to keep things going. Carney seeing her first ever varsity at bat, as in a conference game at least. Of course, played against Mapletown, but did not see any varsity action a season ago.
Now it's 0-1 to her, and she's the number 9 hitter. So if you're Ramus, you want to take care of, in theory, is the weakest hitter in the lineup at 9. But Carney looks like she knows what she's doing up there. That's in for a strike 2.
Have to thank Carl, also doing some double duty for us, Nick, along with running the camera, also keeping our scoreboard, the balls and strikes on your screen.
There you go. That's vital.
Done by Carl, yes.
So if I screw up something in reporting it, you can just read the screen. That's going to be right. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Ramus has it for the 1-3 put out. So a runner is stranded, but 2 runs come home. That's 2 runs on a hit, 2 errors, and 1 left. We go to the third inning here at Mustang Field. Laurel Highlands leads Ringgold in softball action 2-0. It's a C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day on the WMBS YouTube page.
War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, wishing all of our local high school teams a great season.
A Medi-Spa. You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade. Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports teams and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, moving out of the top of the third. Laurel Highlands leading Ringgold 2-0. First pitch showing bunt there is Jules Campa, the junior left fielder. She pulled back, but the pitch in there for a strike to take the count to 0-1. And Peyton Senge giving up 1 walk and an infield single back in the second inning, but has 5 strikeouts already in this game, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. Got out of that big jam last inning. Second and third no outs, then 3 straight strikeouts to end the frame. And now she has a 2-run advantage here in the third inning.
And Campa showing bunt, pulled back. Pitch in there for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Again, Brian Morozak alongside Nick Barczyk. We have Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube Live video feed. I have to thank Carl as well. Now the 1-1 pitch, again showing bunt, pitch in there for a strike to Campa, takes the count to 1-2.
Respect that Campa's trying to bunt and get on base here, leading off the third as a number 9 hitter. Get on base any way you can to turn it over. But now with 2 strikes, have to be careful of that.
Yeah, 9-1-2, Campa, Allen, and Morrison here in this top of the third for the Ringgold Rams. A 1-2 pitch on the way, and this ball a little one-hopper to first, but making the play 3 and assist to their Kamako for the first out of the inning. She's had a couple of hard ground balls come her way, one from Allen back in the top of the first.
Yeah, Kamako's a player, Brian, with the hit, scoring a run, and yes, those 2 fine defensive plays already. A pitcher appreciates that when you contribute both offensively and defensively as we go to the top of the order now for Ringgold.
Addie Allen mentioned that ground ball out down at first base, actually on the first pitch of the game. Now Allen back in there trying to get something going for Ringgold in a 2-0 hole as we work here in the top of the third. First pitch low for ball 1.
Yeah, Allen grounded out to Kamako on the first pitch of the game. That fine play she made before the one she just made on the hit from Campa, so...
And here's Sen set to go in the circle again. 1-0 pitch on the way. This ball popped foul in front of us.
Very top of the screen there, the fencing there. Almost rolled over, but stays on the field of play.
Evens up the count at 1-1. Again, the Laurel Highlands softball team back in action here tomorrow at home against Oakland Catholic. We'll have Laurel Highlands baseball for you here on WMBS tomorrow. The Mustangs taking on Connellsville. Next softball game here coming up Monday. Nick will have that game with TJ DeStefano for you coming up on Monday at 4 o'clock, I think, against Elizabeth Forward next week.
Yes, that should be a lot of fun. And you mentioned baseball, softball that we're doing. We have to mention the full spectrum of high school athletics, javelin practice going on.
Yes,
in right
how about
field.
that?
That's awesome. Getting me ready for LA 28.
Yes.
Maybe there's a World Championships of Javelin this summer as that one's fouled off again. Be a lot of softballs for a youngster to get.
Evens up the count at 2-2. Maybe Carl can capture a little bit of that javelin action in between innings.
Yeah, it's fun.
Have some of the Laurel Highlands basketball team, Mr. Burton.
What's up?
How's it going?
Well, you're popular, Brian.
Yes. Guys with a great season back in the WPIAL playoffs. They actually ended their season up at Ringgold this year, unfortunately, in the preliminary round. And there's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Good job there from Peyton Senge for the second out of the inning.
Folks, you had to see that. Brian was mobbed. I mean, he has so many fans, it's overwhelming. He's the voice of Fayette County sports.
Now, those guys do a great job as well on the basketball courts.
Absolutely. It's so much fun to do all these sports. And the season's just, it's so, like, basketball starts, we just had football, it seems. Now softball and baseball are starting. What happened to basketball? These seasons just fly by, all of them.
2 outs here in the top of the third. First pitch in there for a strike to Riley Morrison, the freshman catcher who struck out swinging back in the first inning.
And it seems like this is the season, baseball and softball season, affected most by the weather.
I agree.
Hopefully it's a good late March, April, and early May for us.
Yeah, it's rare for us even to get some games in during the month of March. It seems like anytime we get these March games on our schedule, they get rained out. But good weather in the forecast again for tomorrow, certainly boding well for both the Laurel Highlands softball team taking on Oakland Catholic and the Laurel Highlands baseball team also in action against Connellsville here at home. So 2 strikes here on Morrison, and she gets a piece of this one, sends it foul down the first baseline, so the count remains 0-2. Again, the Mustangs getting 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning by Chloe Kamako and Aubrey Spielman. Kamako scoring on an air. Spielman driven in by Liv McClellan on an RBI triple. 0-2 pitch here, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Peyton Senge continuing just to mow him down, Nick. That's now 7 strikeouts through 3 innings for Senge. And we'll go to the bottom of the third, still 2-0. Laurel Highlands over Ringgold here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and also on YouTube Live.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchased your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services. where excellence is signed and sealed.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Kayla Howe leading things off for Laurel Highlands here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch misses for ball one, Nick.
Top of the order for the Mustangs. Want to take advantage of that. The 1-2-3 hitters after the meat of the order got 2 runs for Senge, and the Mustangs took advantage. And if you're Ringgold, he had the second and third no-out situation in the second, and then Senge mows you down in the third.
Howe, little check swing down to third. Throw over to first, not in time. So an infield single from Kayla Howe. Good effort there from Addison Jenkins defensively. Couldn't get it over to Megan Powell in time. So Howe reaches safely, and an infield single for Howe and the Mustangs. And Laurel Highlands in business here in the bottom of the third inning.
That's great for Howe. Great bunt, the great hustle down the line, getting in safely. Leadoff hitter aboard, and here's Rambo.
And Peyton Rambo trying to keep things going here for Laurel Highlands. Showing bunt, pulls back, pitching there for a strike, throw down to second, and sliding in safely there is Howe. So Howe, an infield single and a stolen base. The Mustangs a runner in scoring position with nobody out, up 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning.
And the throw from Morrison right on the money on the bounce, but just late as Howe's at second with nobody out. Right for the Mustangs, up 2-0.
0-1 pitch, and that one check swinged foul on the left side there from Peyton Rambo. Rambo grounded out 4-3 back in the first inning. Now behind 0-2 here, batted .240 a season ago with 3 RBIs. Junior center fielder for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
Yeah, Rambo looking for the opportunity to drive this runner in. 0-1 in this game, and you go up 3-0. That's a very comfortable spot.
That pitch high takes it to 2-1 now from Ramus to Rambo. On the 2-1 pitch, just off the plate. Now 3-1 from Ramus to Rambo. They're actually going to correct the scoreboard here. The scoreboard was wrong.
It's 2-2.
Yeah, 2 home plate umpire saying no, it's 2-2.
He's the authority.
Yes,
Thank you, sir. 2-2, not the scoreboard. It is the home plate umpire, Paul Dunham.
I think the initial pitch when he had the stolen base got the count all mixed up there, and that one sent foul down the right field line. So the count remains here at 2-2 with Howe on second. Nobody out. The Mustangs up 2-0 as we work here in the bottom of the third inning. And our live video stream courtesy of M&R Transit and Brite Stripe seal coating and line striping. Appreciate their support here on WMBS and of Laurel Highlands softball, getting these games on the air for you. The Laurel Highlands softball boosters. Also like to thank Applebee's as well for their support. And we also have to give a shout out to Mike Kelly Toda of Uniontown for stepping up. They'll be the static graphic sponsor for all of our high school baseball games this season as well. You'll see them on your screen tomorrow for the Laurel Highlands Connellsville game. That ball popped up to shallow center, charging and getting there Pellicero for the first out of the inning, retiring Rambo, and of course nowhere to run there for Howe. She'll remain on second base.
Yeah, fine play by Pellicero. The routine plays are not always routine, but she makes that one, and runner at second, one out. Little chatter now in the Mustang dugout here, loudest they've been today.
Emma Cavalier now stepping in. Cavalier flew out to Pellicero back in the first inning in center field. Opportunity here with one out, trying to drive in Howe. First pitch swinging, ground ball to short. And that's going to be Allen over to first. And they're going to say in time to retire. I was waiting for the little delayed signal there. In time to Powell to retire. Cavalier 6-3, but moving down to third was Kayla Howe.
Yeah, Don Richter, the base umpire, put up the fist there, and it is 2 outs with a runner at third.
I was trying to find him. He was trapped there behind the third baseman on the left side, kind of getting used to all the different vantage points here at Laurel Highlands. That first pitch in there for a strike to Chloe Kamako. It's singled out to left center field, first time up, and scored a run for the Mustangs.
Right, we do have a very good setup and vantage point here, but can't see everything and catch everything.
0-1 pitch on the way. Camacco foul tip that one, takes the count to 0-2. Every time you go into a venue for the first time, it's the first softball game I've done here at Laurel Highlands in probably 10 or 15 years.
Wow.
Kind of have to get used to all the different areas where everything's at, where the scoreboard's at, where the umpires are at, and everybody.
And all the different vantage points
Yes.
you've seen doing all the sports over all the WPIAL schools over the last 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a new venture for us. Relatively new. Haven't done softball in a while.
You had some.
Well, I did. Playoff games.
You did WPIAL championship game.
Absolutely.
State playoff action.
Burnish my resume.
When we do high school softball, Nick, we call on you.
That's it. I love it.
And Emma Cavill, or check that, Chloe Camacco taking that pitch to even up the count at 1-1, facing Alice Ramus.
I'm an enthusiast of all stick and ball sports, and softball falls in that category.
1-1, misses low and outside, takes the count now to 2-1, and you'll TJ alongside with you next Monday for that
Absolutely.
Laurel Highlands Elizabeth Forward game. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of fun.
And he, like you, also a huge softball and baseball fan.
Oh, we love it. We love it.
It's your favorite sport by far.
Now the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that ball off the plates. Now we're full of 3-2 from Ramus to Camacco.
And Camacco here with a runner at third, 2 outs. 2 strikes on her, but hey, get a single, you go up 3-0.
Yeah, big spot in this game. 3-2 pitch on the way. Camacco belts this one through on the right side. That will score Howe for the Mustangs' third run of the afternoon, and that ball hopping away a little bit. Glove down there by Ramus, but Camacco now 2 for 2, RBI single to right, driving in Kayla Howe, and Laurel Highlands now on top 3-0 as we work here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, Brian, that was 2 hard hit and 2 to the left of Fonzie, who ranged to get it. But yeah, 2 out, 2 strike, RBI single. That's what you love to see. And Laurel Highlands indeed up 3-0 in the third.
Now Peyton Senge coming to the plate. First pitch swinging, came up empty there. Runner going, throw down to second, and sliding in safely is Chloe Camacco. How about that, Nick?
Yeah, great slide there. And she is in safely. Big cheer from the student section here. Camacco, a fan favorite. Yeah, she's a heck of a player.
Now in scoring position, Mustangs trying to keep things going as we work here in the bottom of the third inning. 0-1 pitch on the way, and that one misses. Again, hops away there from Morrison. Throw down to third, not in time. Now she's going to go home. Look out here, Nick. Headed to the plate and out at home is Chloe Camacco, but certainly worth the shot with Laurel Highlands on top by a score of 3-0. So we'll move now to the top of the fourth. Mustangs lead by 3 here on the C. Harperana Group High School Sports Day. Our broadcast presented by M&R Transit and Brite Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Uniontown Applebee's is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands softball. Stop in after the games for late-night half-price select appetizers every night from 9 p.m. until close. Located at 102 Walmart Drive in Uniontown, Applebee's.
Your local station, WMBS. We go to the fourth inning. Laurel Highlands up 3-0, and look at you, Costanza, with the big coat. So that's cold, Brian. Come on. I'm kidding. Do what you want.
It's getting a little chilly.
I'm chilly, too. If I had the coat like that, I'd put it on, frankly.
Yes.
But here we go. You're smart. I'm not. Carl up in the booth, protected from the elements. Mustangs up 3-0 here in the fourth, and the pitcher, Alice Ramus will bat here against Peyton Senge. Ramus 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Took the first pitch there for a strike, and you look at Peyton Senge on the mound for Laurel Highlands now, 7 strikeouts. So she struck out 7 of the 9 that she's faced so far in this game.
Absolutely, very efficient. That went inside. Check swing and a strike to Alice Ramus. She didn't like that.
Actually, offered Carl to come out with us today. Told me he could just put the camera right behind home plate. He said no, he'd rather be up in the booth.
Smart man,
Yes.
wise. This one fouled off, right off the backstop for remains the second strike on Ramus. The 3-4-5 hitters for Ringgold, who, you're right, have been mowed down by Senj. One down in order last inning, but did have a little rally going in the second and third, no outs, but Senj struck out the side from that point. And a check, or I should say a full swing and a miss, a cut and a miss is what I was going for there, and a strikeout. Ramus down on strikes for the second time today. One out with nobody on in the fourth.
Now 8 strikeouts for Peyton Senj in this game, and Annie Pellicero now come to the plate. She walked and stole a base back in the second inning.
Absolutely, and 8 strikeouts to go with the 88 she had last season for Senj, and that's a great ratio with 88 strikeouts, 14 walks last year, 1 walk in this game so far. That's in for a strike to Pellicero, the cleanup hitter. If anyone will get going for the Rams, you would think it's her, and she stole a base and a walk to get on base, was stranded at third in the second. Senj 0-1, looks in the kick in the come home. That one just missed low.
He thought about calling a strike.
Mr. Dunham thought about calling that strike, but held off, and it's 1-1.
And Ringold looking for their first win, Nick, in about 22 months.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's a rough stretch, but credit to the coaches and the girls for sticking with it and making the trek down here to start their season. Hanging around in this game, 3-0 in the fourth.
Count out 1-2.
Indeed.
One out
ball
here in the top of the fourth.
Right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one slapped foul to the right to remain at 1-2.
Now the mayor with me tomorrow, Tony Hanola.
Absolutely.
For that Laurel Highlands Connellsville game. That game both on the radio and on YouTube Live tomorrow. Again, the next Laurel Highlands softball.
Senj, 2 outs, nobody on in the fourth. 3-0 the lead for Laurel Highlands.
He might have more baseball and softball knowledge than our entire staff combined.
I don't know about that. Do we include Sandy Tracy with that because she would know more about it
more
than
on the
I would?
national level, not as much on the local level.
Absolutely, you're right. So 2 outs in the inning, 9 strikeouts for Senj, and this one on the ground, and that is a fair ball down the third base line in the left field. Going for that one was McClellan, could not come up with it, and heading into second is Addison Jenkins, and she's on base again. Give her a double.
Yeah, definitely a well-hit ball there. Jenkins 2 for 2 now for Ringold.
Single and a double, just a triple in the home run away from that cycle, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Runner at second, 2 outs. And if you're Ringold here down 3-0, fourth inning on the road, you need to score that run. It's up to Megan Powell, the first baseman, who struck out looking in the second.
And they're going to need Jenkins to come to bat 4 or 5 times in this game if they want to get an opportunity to get back in it. Remember, we played 7 here in the high school game.
All right, swinging a miss 0-1 on Powell, and Jenkins, who, again, as I mentioned, has that Chicago Cub name. She's at second. Quite a ball player, it looks like. Kicking the come home, that pitch low and a check swing to not offered at Powell. So again, another little jam for Senj to get out of. Got out of the second and third no-out jam in the second with 3 strikeouts. Now 2 strikeouts this inning, then giving up the double sharply hit down the left field line by Jenkins. That one's in for a strike of the knees to Powell. And now the count runs to 1-2. So
Senj looks very efficient. Doesn't really waste much time. Gets up there, set to go.
She doesn't need a pitch clock.
No.
Not that we have one in the high school game.
No, like her style.
Absolutely. Fun to watch. Very efficient, works quickly, and strike 3 called. Another strikeout, number 10. But most importantly, the third out of the inning, stranding the runner at second. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. 3 strikeouts again for Senj, and we move to the bottom of the fourth. With that score, Laurel Highlands leading Ringgold in softball action 3-0 on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, South Union Township Sports Network, and Trib Live.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164, 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Hello, this is Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We've been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm today for your free consultation. Remember, the insurance companies are not on your side. We will personally come out and meet with you. Call us at 724-437-2799. We have helped people like you recover millions of dollars. You will not pay anything until we win your case. We will fight for you.
More softball action here in Mustang Field. Bottom of the fourth inning, Laurel Highlands leading Ringgold 3-0 as another inning of work for Alice Ramus as she will take the ball in the circle in the bottom of the fourth to face the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Mustangs. Peyton Senge, her mountain opponent, will lead off. She flew out to right field in the second. Great basket catch by Bella Burwell, who did not start the game. It came in for Allie Bagnell at that point.
And Nick, we actually have a pitching change. Megan Powell moving to pitch.
Oh, I see. Yes, number 24. You're right.
And some other changes as well. I'll try to get all of these for you.
So not another inning for Ramus. Powell now pitching.
And you have Annie Pellicero now playing first base.
All right, thank you.
I'll try to figure out who's out there in center as well. I think it's Ramus moving out to center.
All right.
It's a three-way switch there.
Yeah, so Ramus moves from the circle to center field. Pellicero moving as well to first base from center. 1-0 to Senge as she will be Powell's first batter to conquer here. That one's in for a strike. Yeah, but Senge, Spielman, McClellan, if anyone reaches Miller for the Mustangs, looking to add on here. Bottom of the fourth, up 3-0 as they scored 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third.
And Senge flew out to Bella Burwell in right, first time up. Try to send another one in that direction, but sent it foul.
Right, slap to the right foul, 2 strikes on Senge. Likes to go the other way, apparently, and see if Powell can retire the first batter she faces in relief of Ramus. Gives up the 3 runs through 3 innings. That one in the dirt. It's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think you go back to last year to look at teams to watch. Certainly Elizabeth Forward, they were 16-5 overall, 11-1 in conference play. The 4 playoff teams are Elizabeth Forward, West Mifflin, Uniontown, and Bell Vernon.
Laurel Highlands out of the left. Yep.
Laurel Highlands, Oakland Catholic, and Ringgold all missed out. The Mustangs the closest to those that didn't qualify to getting in, finishing behind the Leopards and the Red Raiders in the section standings.
So absolutely, as we start this season anew, Elizabeth Forward looks to be the team to chase. In the dirt, bounces away, count now Forward 3-2.
The Mustangs will actually play their second game against Uniontown in mid-April. In that game, they're going to actually play over at Hutchinson Field in Hopwood.
Oh, that'll be a
That's
fun
a great
occasion.
community game. It'll be the senior night game for the Mustangs, and always great when you can move some of those bigger games down to Hutchinson. Always fun over the years. Anytime we've got an opportunity to head down there for some games.
That one smacked to second and fielded, and making the play there is Fonzie. 4-3 on the putout. That one was smoked, and Senge was robbed of a hit.
A good job there from Fonzie. Actually almost caught that in the air.
Right.
At the bottom of the glove, but certainly plenty of time to get it over there to Pellicero for the first out of this bottom of the fourth inning.
So 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the fourth. The Mustangs bat up 3-0, and the batter is now Aubrey Spielman, the second baseman, who scored a run.
First pitch low there to Spielman, got on via an air.
Exactly.
Batted .282 last year with a homer and 6 RBIs as a sophomore, now a junior on the lineup for the Mustangs this season.
Yeah, 2 errors on that batted ball from Spielman
Yes.
led to some runs for the Mustangs, and now with 1 out, nobody on, looks to get on base, start another rally as that pitch is low to make the count 2-0. So that wind whips around again. Javelin practice is over. That was fun to watch there. So we look at that American flag in right center rustling around. That's in for a strike. 2-1 now to Spielman.
How far do you think you could throw a javelin?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. I'll have to practice in the yard tonight. Give me something to do in my evening
You can
off.
let us know next week.
Absolutely. I'll announce it on the air tomorrow, first thing.
Yes.
It's a great question. How far can Nick throw a javelin? Or Brian, we can have a station contest as that one's in the dirt.
Make sure it's in a safe area.
For ball 3, absolutely. That'll be fun.
Count out 3-1. Behind Spielman, Liv McClellan in the lineup for the Mustangs.
And she tripled and drove in a run to McClellan, so she's on deck.
A dangerous spot in the lineup here for Laurel Highlands.
Powell wants to keep Spielman off the base for if any reason, to avoid a RBI opportunity for McClellan, who already has one tonight. So the Mustangs up 3-0 here in the 4th.
It's been sunny, though, since the start, Nick.
Absolutely. Sun is out. Clouds rolling in, but should be dry. It looks like the next chance for serious rain is Friday as Brian's fans leave after they said hi to him. That's all they wanted. That's ball 4. So on base again is Spielman for the second time in this game. Runner at first, one away from McClellan. She tripled and drove in a run.
Mentioned some of those Laurel Highlands basketball players checking out. Nick, they'll actually have a golf outing coming up in June if you want to support them over at the new South Union Township Municipal Course, South Union Township Municipal Course, the former Uniontown Country Club. So contact Laurel Highlands head basketball coach John Smith for details to play in the golf outing.
Nobody wants to watch me play golf, but maybe I'll do it. That's a bunt and a fair ball and an out recorded. Good play by Morrison. Yeah, sacrifice, though, advances the runner to second. 2-3 on the putout, but the sacrifice bunt successful for McClellan. Runner at second, 2 down, and now it's up to Gianna Miller for the 2-out RBI opportunity. Kamako at a 2-out, 2-strike RBI in the 3rd. We'll see if Miller can get a 2-out RBI here in the 4th. She popped out to short in the 2nd.
You are planning a WMBS team. I think Tony and I have already committed.
There you go, another bunt. That's fair. Fielded by Powell, and throw is wide of first. And reaching first is Miller. Heading to third is Spielman. And now stopping at second is Miller. Second and third, 2 outs. The throwing error by the pitcher, Powell.
You have to rule that a bunt. That ball stopped dead on the line, Nick. Perfectly executed there by Gianna Miller.
You're right.
And now the Mustangs with 2 on and just 1 out. Now check, there are 2 outs here in the inning. They have only 1 up on the scoreboard, but we do have 2 outs. You have the sac bunt from McClellan and Senja's ground out.
Right,
but
so second and third with 2 outs for
yes.
Kylie Carney, who is the left fielder. She grounded out back to the mound.
Our scoreboard's right. On this
right,
screen.
Absolutely.
Carl never messes up.
Absolutely not. Always efficient, always on the ball.
0-1 now to Carney.
We're in good hands.
Yes, we are.
And you're right, 0-1 from Powell, first inning in the circle. And the offering to Carney is cut on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, good cut there from Carney.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still on Miller here. So they must have ruled that, Nick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, this is Gianna Miller batting.
So we thought that was we were off somewhere on the line. That is strike 3. There's Miller goes down.
All right, so that's Gianna Miller who's
because here's how we got.
We'll try to get this figured
here's
out.
How we got all screwed up, Nick. Because you had Kamako, who was out at home, so that brought Senj back to the plate to start the inning.
Right.
And then Spielman.
Right.
That's how we got all screwed up.
I wrote it down wrong in my book and should have noticed while watching the game, but
Yeah, now you have Kylie Carney. Yep.
Right.
Now you have Kylie Carney at the plate.
They're right. You're right. Yeah. All right. Bookkeeping's good.
Yeah.
And operator error here. Swing and a miss. Carney now down 0-2.
Appreciate the correction.
I was going to say we thank the fan for letting us know we're wrong, as we often are. I mean, if they came and corrected all of our mistakes, they would be here all the time. But now we think we're accurate more often than not. This one's cut on and missed. Carney is down on strikes. So that will end the inning. No runs scored, and the Mustangs still with a comfortable 3-0 lead after 4 as we move on to the 5th inning. Right now, Laurel Highlands leading Ringgold and Mustang Field 3-0 as we move to the 5th. And this is the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. High school softball on WMBS YouTube and South Union Township and Trib Live.
Brite Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Brite Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating. Also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Brite Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Brite Stripe, 724-437-6090 or visit brite-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse. Our surplus, your savings.
Back here at Mustang Field, it's Bella Burwell leading off the top half of the fifth here for the Ringgold Rams. Remember, Burwell replaced Allie Bagnell out in right field earlier on in this contest. Lays down a bunt. And that one's going to be snagged there by Senge. Throw over to first in time to retire Burwell. 1-3 for the first out of this top half of the fifth. That was not an easy play there from Senge, and really had to gun it over to Chloe Kamako to record the out there and get Burwell in time, Nick.
Not easy at all, Brian, but not only can she pitch well and effectively with all the strikeouts, but fielder position very well, and trying to bunt for a hit was Burwell, and she's retired 1-3 on the putout.
Now Fonzie at the plate here for Ringgold. First pitch swinging, fouling that one off right behind us. Fonzie, one of the strikeout victims of Senge back in the second inning. Ringgold freshman. Mustangs up 3-0.
Yeah, no shame in being a strikeout victim to Senge, who has retired most of her batters, it seems, by strikeout. Another swing and a miss here.
Takes us to 0-2 with one out in the top of the fifth. Laurel Highlands leading 3-0 over the Ringgold Rams. Brian Morozak along with Nick Barczyk, Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube live video feed. 0-2 pitch on the way. That one a little low and off the plate. Takes the count now to 1-2. And the Mustangs in action here at home tomorrow against Oakland Catholic. Our next TV game coming up next Monday. And Laurel Highlands will take on Elizabeth Forward for that contest. And that pitch a little inside there from Senge. Takes the count to 2-2 now against Fonzie, the freshman second baseman for the Ringgold Rams.
Yeah, a lot of games on the schedule you lay out there. Hopefully the weather cooperates and we can get those games in and bring them to the listeners and viewers.
2-2 pitch on the way, and that's a called strike three. So another strikeout for Peyton Senge.
Number 11.
Yes, adding them all up. Need a calculator here this afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah, she's mowing them down. A lot of them on the looking variety. At least 4 that I see here, 5.
So Senge continues her solid play.
Brings up Jules Campa.
2 outs here in the inning.
She grounded out to Kamako at first in the third inning. She made some fine plays over at first as Kamako. She's been on base multiple times.
Showing bunt, pulled back, and the pitch in there for a strike. Campa grounded out 3 unassisted first time up.
And again, Senge looking for a 1-2-3 frame. She's had 2 of them and has gotten out of trouble, stranding 2 in the second and 1 in the fourth. That one's fouled off.
Takes the count now to 0-2. Mustangs looking for another 1-2-3 inning. The Rams just 2 hits in this game. Infield single from Jenkins in the second, and Jenkins actually has both hits, also doubled in the fourth. Annie Palacero walked in the second, and they really have only had a handful of base runners all game long. And this one over to third, throw in time there from McClellan to Kamako to retire Campa 5-3 for the third out of the inning. So a quick top half of the fifth inning, and our score remains Laurel Highlands 3 and Ringgold nothing here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network and YouTube Live.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pick up and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's Al Altre, Uniontown's newest restaurant with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options. Open Wednesday and Thursday 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in Little E's 7 West South Street across from a parking garage. Laurel Highlands trying to extend their 3-0 lead over the Ringgold Rams, and they'll have the top of the order up here in the bottom of the fifth. Kayla Howe, Peyton Rambo, and Emma Cavalier. The Mustangs scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the second by Chloe Kamako and Aubrey Spielman, and then tacking on a run in the third inning, and that's where we stand right now at 3-0.
Howe with a single and a run in this game as she leads off against a Powell. Second inning of relief work in place of Ramus.
First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Kayla Howe struck out swinging back in the first inning. As Nick said, an infield single, stole a base, and scored a run all in that busy third inning. Howe taking a pitch there for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Again, Megan Powell on in relief of Alice Ramus, pitching here for the Ringgold Rams. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way, showing bunt, pulling back there is Howe. Moves the count now to 2-1.
And smart to pull back there as that pitch was up and out of the zone, and now she's ahead in the count 2-1.
Powell set to go again. Towing the rubber. And a 2-1 toss, swing and a miss. Evens things up now at 2-2. Mentioned Howell a season ago, 268 average, 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. Now a senior on this Laurel Highlands squad. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Howell goes down. Striking out for the second time in this game, now 1 for 3. And for Ringold pitchers, Nick, just the third strikeout. Howell went down twice, and they sent Carney down in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, absolutely. Now one away for Rambo, who's 0 for 2, looks to get on base and get a hit in this one to get her name in the cause here with the Mustangs hitting very well, up 3-0 in the fifth.
Rambo showed bunt there, pulled back. They ruled the pitch a strike. I think she just got a piece of it there with the bat.
She did, yes, absolutely, so have to give a strike there.
Now the 0-1 to Rambo, and when to chase into that one, count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, didn't want to chase at that one. Or maybe she did, but she shouldn't. And now it's strike 2 on Rambo and getting instruction from her third base coach now.
Powell starting to get a little more comfortable now on the mound for Ringgold to get on in relief of Ramus. Count now 0-2 here to Peyton Rambo, who's 0 for 2. Takes a pitch there high. Count moves to 1-2. Rambo a season ago, 240 average, 3 RBIs as a sophomore. Now a junior in this Laurel Highlands lineup. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And back-to-back strikeouts there for Megan Powell.
Yeah, Powell certainly comfortable now in the circle as she gets another strikeout. Brings up Emma Cavalier, who's 0 for 2, and again looks to get on base for the first time.
Cavalier flew out to center back in the first, grounded out 6-3 in the third. Powell looking to strike out the side. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Powell has to put up another 0 here because if you give up another run, your chances down 4-0 or worse into the 6th inning your chances of coming back diminish. But 3-0's manageable with 2 more at-bats, I would think.
Especially as strong as Senj has been. If Laurel Highlands is able to go the whole way with her. That one nub foul and a bunt attempt there from Cavalier.
Another square.
Count now even at 1-1.
Certainly see that a lot more in softball, is adjusting to softball here. If you're new to it or haven't seen it in a while, a lot of bunt attempts.
Wind blowing in now from center.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Right in our face.
Absolutely.
1-1 pitch. Misses low. Now 2-1.
That's what we get for trying to provide the community with local high school athletics.
No, it's all good. It's not that bad.
No, I don't care at all.
We've done a lot worse.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have. Yes. Can't imagine some of the football games.
Pitch 2-1 now to Cavalier. In there for a strike, even if the count at 2-2.
No, the conditions are great. It's great to be outside here.
I think we did a game once. I was with the Professor Dan Wallace back in the day at Southmoreland. It was about like 28.
Oh, the Professor.
Yes.
Was Mary Ann with him?
Yes. Well, his wife's name is Mary, remember?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, I'm Mrs. Wallace.
2-2 pitch on the way, called strike 3. And there you go, Megan Powell striking out the side, sending down Kayla Howe, Peyton Rambo, and Emma Cavalier. 1-2-3 with the Mustangs still up 3-0 as we move to the top half of the 6th here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, the True Live High School Sports Network, and of course on YouTube Live.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Hello, this is Gary Frankhauser of the law firm of Davis & Davis. One of the most important investments that one can make is the purchase of their home. We at Davis & Davis have vast experience in handling all aspects of these transactions, including the review of contracts, the title examinations, and finalizing all aspects of the closing process to make sure our clients have a smooth and hassle-free experience. If you'd like our help in these transactions, please contact us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
I need a little extra time there for Cavalier to get the catcher's gear on, Nick, as we move to the top of the 6th inning with Laurel Highlands leading 3-0 over the Ringgold Rams. And you'll bring us the 6th inning as Ringgold will have their top of the order up. Addie Allen, Riley Morrison, and Alice Ramus.
Indeed, top of the order for Ringgold as they trail 3-0 with 2 more at-bats here as we move to the 6th. Sanj, another inning of work here in the circle. Cavalier with that gear on now, and Addie Allen is the shortstop leading off 0-for-2 with a ground out and a strikeout. She hits the first pitch in the air. The second baseman's over and bobbling that and dropping it. It's a fair ball there. The Spielman was over to get it, could not hang on, and a leadoff base runner for Ringgold, and they need that.
And she had a long run over. That was not an easy play at all from Spielman.
No, not at all.
I think we'll give a single there to Addie Allen and the Ringgold Rams, as Ringgold with a base runner down 3 here in the top of the 6th inning.
And the second time today Ringgold has had the leadoff runner on. This one throw down to second and safely into second with a steal as Allen. Throw was a bit off the mark, so now runner at second with nobody out. Ringgold really needs to take advantage of this here.
Yeah, certainly hitting off to a good start. Yeah. Riley Morrison trying to get things going at the plate. She's 0-for-2 with a couple of strikeouts so far for the Ringgold Rams.
Absolutely looks to avoid the turkey, as there'll be a meeting in the circle here with Sanj in her infield and Cavalier. And they'll give instructions to Morrison here what she should do with that runner at second and nobody out, 2 strikes on her with Ringgold down 3-0. And you can't get all the runs back at once, score that run at second, at least you get on the board here.
Yeah, for both of these teams as well, Nick, a busy week with a back-to-back situation. Again, Oakland Catholic will be paying a visit to take on Laurel Highlands coming up tomorrow. Ringgold will be at home. They'll take on Elizabeth Forward. Certainly going to be a tough game there for the Rams against a Warriors team that won the section a season ago.
And squaring for a bunt and taking a strike there is Morrison for the second strike. Back to second is Allen.
Yeah, not a bad move there for Morrison trying to lay one down. Again, hasn't been able to figure out Senge much at the plate. And maybe an opportunity there to advance Allen down. But as you said, Ringgold running out of time here, down to their final 6 outs, down 3.
Right, kicking to come home and swinging a miss there. Strikeout again for Senge, the 12th of the game and the 3rd for Morrison today. As she's down 1 away with a runner at second. In the 6th, Laurel Highlands up 3-0 as Ringold looks to inch their way back. Here's Alice Ramus, who has struck out twice as well, one of Senge's many strikeout victims today. Ramus started the game in the circle, has moved to center field. This one's in for a strike, 0-1 off of second as Allen. She retreats, being held on by Spielman.
As you mentioned, Ramus striking out twice facing Senge in this game.
Senge delivers this one on the ground and in the center field for a base hit. Allen will round third and head for home. The throw comes in. It's cut off. Throw over to first. Safely back in is Ramus. She has an RBI. Ringgold's on the board. Laurel Highlands up 3-1 in the 6th.
Boy, this game turned around in a hurry. Ramus, the RBI single, driving in Allen. And Ringgold now back to within 2 of the Mustangs at 3-1 as we work here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. And now Annie Pellicero coming to the plate. Pellicero walked back in the 2nd, stole a base, and struck out in the 4th.
Well hit ball by Ramus. First RBI of the game for Ringgold. That's in for a strike as Senge looks to bounce back. And Ringgold, you can feel a lot of chatter for them in their dugout as they're looking for that elusive first win. And you mentioned almost 2 years.
I think watch for the Rams continue to be aggressive here, trying to get back into the game, down only 2.
Why not? This one slapped foul to the right, strike 2 on Pellicero, who is the cleanup hitter. If anyone can deliver, it is her, you would imagine, with Jenkins on deck, who has 2 hits for Ringgold, a single and a double.
Also a senior as well, so she's been around.
Right about that, experience. This one's inside, throw down, and safely in is Ramus is back to first. And you know, Brian, when you're doing a Ringgold game, you're contractually obligated to mention Joe Montana.
Yes.
He was famous for 4th quarter comebacks, and that's what
Here we
Ringgold's
go.
trying
There
to
you
do.
go. You never know.
In the 6th inning, I knew he had to bring his name up. TJ said you have to bring his name up, so there you go, TJ.
You're able to get it in.
Up. Thank you, Mr. Montana, if you're watching.
Count now 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 here with 1 out, and the runner at first. The tying runs at the plate for Ringgold. How about that? They've struck out 12 times to Senge, but they're hanging around. This one slap foul to the right.
Remember, Nick, you only play 12 conference games.
Right.
So these games ever so important, even though we're sitting here 3rd going into the 4th week of March.
Oh, absolutely.
These
Every
games could end up deciding who gets in and who's out when we move into May.
Oh, yeah, everyone says that. People said that about Major League Baseball. What's one game in April? Well, it counts just as much as the game in September during a pennant race. Same for high school. Games count in March the same as they do in May. This one is cut on and missed. Pellicero's down on strikes. Her 2nd strikeout of the game. Most importantly, 2nd out of the inning. Another strikeout for Senge, number 13. With a runner at first, 2 outs. Ringgold desperate to keep this alive. It's up to Addison Jenkins, who's 2 for 2, Brian, with a single and a double.
Yeah, once again, Senge coming through in a big spot here for Laurel Highlands. 2 outs here in the inning.
Yeah, resilient and effective, efficient. All those words apply to Senge. She's been a pleasure to watch today in the circle. Definitely we'll see her again throughout the season.
And Jenkins took the first pitch for a strike. As you said, she's 2 for 2, infield single in the 2nd, double to left field in the 4th.
By far the biggest contributor offensively for Ringgold as this pitch is up in the zone, but a strike. Not sure if Jenkins liked that call.
Now she has 2 strikes on her. I'll have to protect the plate.
Down to their last 4 outs is Ringgold. They still have the next inning to work, but be giant if they can get that run in from first, obviously. But 2 outs and 2 strikes, going to be tough.
Check swing.
Did not go on the check swing, and the pitch not in the zone. They appeal? No.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Don't know if I agree with that, but doesn't matter. Jenkins stays alive. Both umpires saying no swing, no strike.
Now 1-2. Senge digs back in.
Unless it's obvious, the base umpire won't overturn the home plate umpire, in my experience, and that's a ball, 2-2.
Now an off the plate, outside.
That one, I guess, not obvious. Yeah, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jenkins gets a new life. Powell on deck will look to help her own cause if she gets up. That one misses. Snap throw down to first. Safely back in as Kamako fields the throw from Cavalier. Ramus back in safely.
Oh, the count was 0-2, Nick. Now it's 3-2, and if you end up walking Jenkins here, you'll have the game tying run at first. They'll bring the game or the go-ahead run to the plate.
Biggest pitch of the game thus far. Fouled off. Extends the drama.
Yes.
Back to first goes Ramus. Yeah, this is fun. 3-1 game in the sixth. Sign me up for this.
Yeah, great way to start our high school sports spring season here on WMBS. Tight game, moving to the bottom of the Actually working here in the top of the sixth inning.
Yeah, Brian, tying run at the plate, sixth inning. Ringold didn't win a game last year, looking for a win. A lot of drama here. This one in the air to left center. That one's carrying, and it is going to drop into left center.
Nice, it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. It cleared the fence.
It cleared the fence.
That's a home run, Brian.
To tie the game.
We're tied at 3 in the sixth. Did not see it clear the fence, but there it is in the grass. Must be on the other side as they mob. Jenkins, what a game for her. We're tied.
How about that? A 2-run game-tying home run for Madison Jenkins, who's now 3 for 3, and you're joking about a possible cycle now. Not too far-fetched, Nick, only needing a triple if Ringgold gets back around to it. But now we're tied at 3. The Mustangs were just cruising in this game.
Yeah, wow.
3-0. Ringgold, a 3-run. Top of the sixth inning now. Not in this game up at 3 with 2 outs. Now Megan Powell coming to the plate. And boy, it makes that bottom of the sixth inning big, and the Mustangs will have the meat of their order with Coley Kamako, Peyton Senge, and Aubrey Spielman coming to the plate.
That ball kept carrying, and a home run to left center for Jenkins. She's quite the hitter. And you're right, the triple's by far the hardest to get, but I'm not sure she cares about that once to get the win. We're tied at 3 in the sixth. All Ringold's runs have come in this frame, and Senge has to be a little shocked out there. That's in for a strike. I mean, not surprising who hit the home run if anyone was going to. Jenkins.
Yeah, you talk about stepping up in a big-time situation. I mentioned the wind was blowing in earlier. Now the flag kind of draped across the pole, and it wasn't really blowing in when she hit the home run. Fortunate for her. And the Ringgold Rams have tied this game up at 3.
And where's wind? Always a factor with games with home runs. Wrigley Field. Addison Jenkins. It all came together. Every Cup game you watch at Wrigley, that's all they talk about. Look at that. Boy.
Mustangs need a strike here from Senge to get out of the inning.
Absolutely. Senge will deliver and get the strikeout, but I'm sure she's not happy with the way that inning transpired. She struck out the side, but in between all that, 2 singles and the biggest hit of the game, a 2-run home run to left center for Jenkins. And Brian, we're knotted up.
A whole new game
3-3 in the bottom of the sixth. This should be fun. More high school softball next on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS, Facebook, or make that YouTube, and South Union and Trib Live.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
Brite, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Brite specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Brite has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Brite 724-437-6090 or visit brite-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Back to high school softball. Brian Morozak alongside Nick Barczyk. Carl Childs on the camera. 3-3 in the sixth, and this is a base hit. First pitch of the inning to right center for Chloe Kamako on base again. She's been busy with fine defensive plays as well. What a game we have, Brian. 3-3 in the bottom of the sixth. The go-ahead run at first for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Kamako really has matched Jenkins much of the afternoon. Jenkins 3 for 3 on the Ringgold side. Now Kamako, after that hit for Laurel Highlands, 3 for 3, representing at this point the go-ahead run with this game all knotted up.
Yeah, your favorite sport, hockey. The 3 stars of this one are Senge, Kamako, and Jenkins by far, I would think. And if we could apply that to high school softball, there you go, your 3 stars. But you never know.
You never know. It's going to come up here big late. Senge took the first pitch there for a strike. She's 0 for 2, trying to get things going here for Laurel Highlands. Nobody out and a runner on here in the bottom of the sixth.
You don't know who the hero is going to be. 3-3 in the sixth. As that ball gets to the backstop and heading down to second is Kamako. Now she's at second with a go-ahead run, nobody out, as that pitch got away from Morrison.
Now the Mustangs, certainly the aggressor at this juncture of the game, with Kamako in scoring position, nobody out in the inning, and the game all knotted up.
Kicking the come home, that one misses up and away.
And you're going to look towards the top of the 7th, Nick. You have to with Burwell, Fonzie, and Campa. Hitters 7, 8, and 9 due up for Ringgold, and the Rams hope the game's still tied. Mustangs trying to go ahead here in the bottom of the 6th.
And the 7, 8, 9 hitters 0 for 6 for Ringgold, so I'm sure they would want the other section of their lineup up, but hey, got to do what you got to do. Put up a 0 here.
Down now 1 and 1. Or 3 and 1, excuse me.
3 and 1, yes. 3 and 1 to Senj, who looks to help her own cause. Again, with that go-ahead run at second, nobody out. Chatter from the Mustangs dugout, of course, that's in for a strike. Look low and in, but a strike call, and we're full. Powell gets that one. And Senj, again, frustrated after she was mowing him down, cruising, and then gives up the 2-run home run, 3 runs in the 6th to tie it. This offering is slapped foul to the right side.
That would have been a bad sacrifice in that situation. The ball would have stayed fair because it would have advanced Kamako down to 3rd. Now 3 and 2 here again for Senj.
Looks like Fonzie has moved to 1st for Ringgold, by the way, Brian. If we can get confirmation on that. That one's foul to the right.
Yeah, they've shifted things around quite a bit here this afternoon. That's number 12 there over at 1st. And that would be Fonzie, you're correct, Nick.
Yeah, I noticed that during the course of this at-bat. As Senj foul pitches off to the right. Counts 3 and 2. Again, runner at second with nobody out. Bottom of the 6th, the go-ahead run with the score tied at 3 is on for the Mustangs. Kamako and Senj, the 2 best players today for Laurel Highlands, looking to give them the lead, and this one is caught! Yes, caught it short by Allen!
That was a big play.
A fine play indeed.
And a heads-up play as well by Kamako to stay on that bag at second. That kind of a situation, kind of a ball that's kind of dipping a little bit there, Nick. The mindset might be to try to run down to 3rd, but she was fortunate there to stay on that second base bag, but a great catch over there at short for Allen, and now 1 out here in the inning.
Huge, especially in this juncture of the game. Kamako back to second, 1 away. If that ball gets to the outfield, Kamako now at 3rd, and here's Aubrey Spielman, the batter, who's reached on an error, scored a run, reached on a walk, and was stranded, looking to get on base for a 3rd time, maybe get a hit. This pitch is in the air to right. And back on as the second baseman, going to drop into right field for a hit as Kamako heads to 3rd, stopping after a big turn at first, sliding back and head first to Spielman. Runners at 1st and 3rd, 1 out, the go-ahead run down at 3rd for the Mustangs.
That was a big play from Spielman, not only the hit there, Nick, but the little turn to second, because that forced the throw initially from right field over to second base instead of trying to gun down Kamako over at 3rd, putting runners on the corners now for the Mustangs with 1 out in a 3-3 game as we work here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Ringgold's going to bring the whole infield in right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, great in-game awareness there, and certainly this game has turned around as Laurel Highlands look to be cruising to a victory up 3-0. 3 runs for Ringgold in the 6th. Now 1st and 3rd, 1 out in a meeting in the circle with the Ringgold infield with Powell, who looks to put up a 0 in relief and turn it over to the offense in the 7th. And Lynn McClellan will bat for the Mustangs. She has an RBI triple in this game and a sack bunt, so she's been very effective.
Yeah, certainly a good player to have at the bat as a freshman a season ago. Bat at 362.
You're just a sophomore this year.
Yep, with 4 RBIs, playing 3rd base today for the Mustangs. So runners on the corners. Game tied at 3 as we work here in the bottom of the 6th.
Absolutely. Laurel Highlands, 2nd game of the year, 1st home game. Ringgold looking for their 1st one in a while. That bunt's down, fielded by the catcher and throw to 1st. And what is the call? Throw to the plate. Kamako will score standing up. And Laurel Highlands,
everybody's safe.
Everybody's safe. Laurel Highlands, most importantly, has the 4-3 lead in the 6th.
And they delayed sending Kamako to the plate after the throw was made down the first base bag. So it goes as a bunt single there for McClelland. Kamako scores on the play. Now Laurel Highlands, a 4-3 lead over Ringgold with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Another RBI for McClellan. And yes, they get the lead back. Now a discussion with the umpires, Paul Dunham and Don Richter, is right now we have a runner runners
they
at
talked
second
about
and
it.
third.
They definitely said everybody's safe. Would you have given that an RBI, though, in that situation, Nick, with the
That's a good
run
point.
actually moving there after the throw over to first?
That's
They're
a good
peeling
point.
over the first base bag, and both umpires here saying safe, and a little discussion inside the Ringgold dugout as well. But everybody ruled safe, so there remains just one out here in the inning. Mustangs now lead it 4-3 as Kamako scoring the go-ahead run for Laurel Highlands here in this bottom of the sixth inning, now bringing Gianna Miller to the plate.
Yeah, without the benefit of replay, I think you have to stick with the safe call there. And that pitch low and squaring to bunt was
You can
Miller.
rewind back our YouTube video and get a closer look at it in game.
Absolutely. I'm sure the fans are doing that here in Mustang Field. As
How
Gianna
close
Miller.
was it over there?
That's right. It was very close. Game of inches, softball and baseball. Gianna Miller now at the dish looking to extend the lead with runners at second and third, one away. The 1-0 pitch from Powell. And squaring to bunt and taking a strike is is Miller on the pitch from Powell. 1-1 the count now.
Miller laid down that solid bunt earlier for Laurel Highlands.
Right. And small ball, the name of the game in softball. And, yeah, fun game. As Laurel Highlands has spread their scoring out a bit, scoring in three different frames. Ringold scoring their crooked number, the 3 in the 6th. That pitch is low for a ball. 2-1.
Now looking for a little insurance, though, are the Mustangs.
Oh,
Up
sure.
one, like to have a little bit more of a cushion going into that top of the 7th inning.
Right. Looking for a cushion of more than one run for Senj facing the Ringgold lineup. 7-8-9, but still have to get them down no matter who they are. And that one's fouled off again to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Miller. No batting gloves as well for Miller. Like to mention that as another ball is needed by Paul Dunham. Softball thrown into play.
I wonder if you get the stingers as much playing softball as you do baseball.
That's a good point, but those softballs are awkward to pick up. I don't envy those pitchers or anyone handling that ball. It's a lot harder to handle than a baseball, I think.
The sun actually behind the clouds a little bit right now.
Right, and the wind has died down. That flag
2-2
dormant.
is low. Now
Yeah,
3-2.
3-2. Flag dormant. 3-2. So wind won't be a factor here. Big pitch here. 4-3 Laurel Highlands, bottom of the 6th. Runners at second and third. 1 out, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Miller. Powell's offering in for a strike. Might have been up and in, but strike 3 called. 2 outs in the inning, and runners stay on their bases. Kylie Carney's up now. 0 for 2.
And a good job as well by the catcher. They had a catcher change as well. Bagnell now catching.
Well, Bagnell's moved around.
Yeah.
Did not start. Or started the game in right field.
And she made the tag there just to be sure.
Indeed. One fouled off right to the screen here, right to the fencing.
And that's a
0-1.
substitution as well. Pinch hitter on the Laurel Highlands side. As Carney's not batting, Nick, that's number 11 there for the Mustangs. Kendra Pitts.
Okay, Kendra Pitts.
So Kendra
Indeed,
Pitts.
yeah, Pitts is in left for Carney now. Made that denotion on the
And look at
defensive
this.
chart. This one's down, fielded by the third baseman. Throw in, safe. Couple of runs will score. Laurel Highlands will extend the lead.
It was just a little nubber there from Pitts down the third base line, and the Mustangs aggressive base running as coming across. They're both Spielman and McClelland to extend the Laurel Highlands lead back to 3 at 6-3 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. So Pitts coming in, right place, right time. Just that little nubber, able to score 2 for the Mustangs. And now Laurel Highlands with that cushion they were looking for once again. Up 3 runs with the top of the order, Kayla Howe coming to the plate.
And Howe batting from the left side now. But yeah, Pitts with the big hitter, first at bat of the game, came in for Carney. And now Laurel Highlands with their 3-run inning to double up Ringgold at 6-3.
Well, the reason Howe was batting from the left side, she was trying to lay down a bunt, of course, closer then to the first base bag. Now with a strike on her, look for her to swing away here.
Right, and she does swing away from the right side, and this one's in the air, caught at third.
And that will
Jenkins
be the
still
third
out
out of
there
the
at
inning.
third. Yeah, we believe Jenkins still out there at third. That's the end of the inning. 3 runs come home, and just like that, Laurel Highlands up 6-3 on Ringgold. Now Ringgold needs 3 to tie it, 4 to get the lead, keep this game going. Mustangs up 3 as we head to the 7th on the South, or make that, the South Union Township Sports Network, YouTube, and WMBS here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Martin Law. If you were injured in an accident, don't know where to turn, and want to know what your rights are, we'd be happy to meet with you. We're local and have helped hundreds of people here in Fayette County recover in accident cases. Most importantly, we pride ourselves on being able to locate coverage or find claims that other attorneys may have missed.
Call us about your case at 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Martin Law, your local injury attorneys.
If you're an athlete, you know the importance of a strong recovery. NovaCare provides several athletic training programs geared toward athletic-related injuries and collaborates with Albert Gallatin, Uniontown, Fraser, California, Jefferson Morgan, Waynesburg, West Green, and Mapletown school districts to help student athletes stay at their best. From coordinating additional specialist care to treating on-site injuries, their experts cater to your personal needs. Specialized services include concussion diagnosis and rehabilitation and treatment for sport-specific injuries. For more information on athletic training at NovaCare, visit novacare.com or contact your local office today.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, so now the Ringgold Rams, Nick, down to their final 3 outs. It'll be Bagnell, I think, batting here as Bagnell to lead off the inning. Fonzie and Campa here for Ringgold.
Yes, number 10, Allie Bagnell, is up, and yes, Ringgold thought they had it. They came back to tie it, and then 3 more for Laurel Highlands to now go up 3, so their backs are against the wall, down 3. 1 inning to go in 7-8-9.
Senge looking for the complete game here for Laurel Highlands. First pitch to Bagnell, swing and a miss, strike 1. And Alley behind, 0-1.
Maybe a little harder than Senge thought initially, especially after that through the first 5 innings was going really well, and then that 3-run frame in the 6th.
And certainly now down 3 again, a little bit harder for Ringgold, even though they played at 3 in that top half of the 6th inning. But right now Bagnell behind 0-2. With some solid pitching from Peyton Senge, who's back in the circle. 0-2 on the way, that one low. Count moved to 1-2. And Ringgold will host Elizabeth Forward tomorrow. Laurel Highlands back at home taking on Oakland Catholic. That game originally scheduled to be at Oakland Catholic. They switched it to Laurel due to Oakland Catholic's field not being ready. And that one right back of the pitcher. Easy play from Senge. Turns, throws, and gets over to Camacco to retire Bagnell 1-3. For the first out of this top of the 7th inning. So Laurel Highlands defensively now, Nick, just 2 outs away from their first conference win of the season.
And Senge is a heads-up player. She knew she had time there. She took a breath. She took a moment and then threw to first, not hurrying anything up, because one thing you don't want here is base runners.
Now Fonzie at the plate, a little nubber going back to Senge, a little bit of a tougher play this time, but Senge the little underhand scoop over to Camacco to retire Fonzie 1-3 for the second out of the inning. Now the Mustangs with a 3-run lead, just 1 out away. The position occupied by Jules Campa, and Campa will bat. She's 0-2 with a couple of ground outs, grounded out to Camacco at first back in the 3rd, and 5-3 on that Howe play, or check that on that McClellan play over to Camacco, and this one just nub foul down the 3rd base line.
And Senge fields her position very well with the back-to-back 1-3 putouts, and Campa, don't blame her for trying to get on with the bunt with the last out of the game looming. Want to avoid that, and she fouls it down the left side.
The count now 0-1. And the 0-1 toss here, hit high in the air but foul on the right side. And now Senge and the Mustangs just 1 out away.
Yeah, absolutely.
From a roller coaster game here against Ringgold. Again, Laurel Highlands led 3-0. Ringgold came back, made it 3-3 in the 6th. Mustangs get 3 runs in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The lead at 6-3, trying to close out the Rams here. And the 0-2 toss on the way, just missing there as the count moves to 1-2 from Senge to Campa.
Have to love the fight from Ringgold, even if they come up short after that, kind of demoralizing first 5 innings, Senge mowing them down, but that 6th inning was great.
1-2 pitch called, strike 3, and that'll do it. So what a game from Peyton Senge and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. A 6-3 win over the Ringgold Rams here today. And Nick and I are back to tell you all about it right after this here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
When When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at Gary'sAutoSales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, the Mustangs, a 6-3 win in their conference opener over the Ringgold Rams. Laurel Highlands pitcher Peyton Sench joining us here on the post-game show. And Peyton, I have to say you were very impressive today. We mentioned your strikeouts to walks ratio last year, and you certainly came through with a big effort here today against Ringgold in your conference opener.
Thank you so much.
Just talk about your mindset here hitting the mound here to open up the season.
My mindset was basically just to outdo what I did last year, try my best, and put all I can into every pitch.
You guys are really cruising there going into the sixth inning. Talk about that sixth frame and showing some resilience coming back in the bottom half of the inning as well to get the win.
That sixth inning, it happens. I really just, after that, I tried everything in my power that I could to shut down what needed to be done to end up winning the game.
And it's early in the season, Peyton, but certainly you can build on this for the rest of the season. And how do you, your arsenal, how would that change throughout the season if you could go into that process?
Pretty much keeps the same. Certain games you have to be a lot more focused to know that they have better competition, but usually your mindset stays about the same.
And you guys really have a nice core back. You lost 4 seniors from last year, but only 2 really played a lot during the game. It has to give you some confidence going into this year as well.
Yes, I think we have a very strong group of girls this year, and I'm very excited to keep playing with them.
And I don't know if you're aware, but the program has not made the WPIAL playoffs since 2013.
Yes.
What would it mean to get Laurel Highlands back to the playoffs? You're probably in kindergarten or so the last time. Maybe it was still in preschool the last time Laurel Highlands played a playoff game.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I would be so ecstatic and just so happy for me and my teammates if we got that opportunity.
Well, an opportunity to bounce back tomorrow. Quick turnaround with Laurel Highlands, taking on Oakland Catholic here.
I think it's super exciting. I really hope we continue this energy and everything we gave into the game tomorrow.
Nick, anything else there for Peyton before we let her go?
Just for the listeners, how did you get into softball? I mean, you look great out there. How did you, first love, first sport? Or?
I've been playing since I was about 5.
Okay.
Travel since about 9. So it's basically been my life like this since forever.
That's awesome. Wonderful job.
Well, Payne, congratulations. Nice win here over the Ringgold Rams this afternoon. Best of luck the rest of the season. Looking forward to seeing a couple more of your games here on WMBS.
Thank you so much.
Again,
Great
that's
job.
Peyton Sench joining us, Mustang pitcher here on the post-game show. And Peyton, again, thank you for your time here after the game as the Mustangs pick up the 6-3 win. And Nick, let's go back and recap this one for all of the folks here today as well. Of course, the Mustangs striking first in that second inning with Chloe Kamako leading things off with a single to left center field. And then Aubrey Spielman, after Senj was retired, reaching via an error, but it did score Kamako, and then an RBI triple from McClellan, scoring Spielman to put Laurel Highlands up 2-0.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was 2-0 at that point, and the game, Senj was cruising along, and they were able to go into the 6th inning with that lead, but then 3 runs put up in the 6th inning by Ringgold as
I was going to say, hold your horses though, Nick. We're still at 2-0. We got to 3-0 on the RBI single from Kamako again in the 3rd. That ended up driving home Kayla House. That put us at 3-0. We were 3-0, as you said, until the 6th. You can go ahead and recap that Ringgold inning.
Yeah, jump there an inning. Yeah, that's right. Laurel Highlands scoring 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and then the 3 spot in the 6th by Ringold as Peyton Sands was cruising along, and she did finish with that complete game and 13 strikeouts. But Addie Allen with a leadoff single in the 6th after a strikeout, an RBI single for Ramus, and then with 2 outs, a 2-run home run for Addison Jenkins. She was 3 for 3, just a triple short of the cycle. That tied the game. And then moving to the bottom of the 6th, Laurel Highlands was able to get the lead and regain it and hold on to win 6-3. Chloe Kamako with a single. She would eventually score. Abby Spielman and Lynn McClellan getting on base with some sack bunts there. And it was just a fun late stage of the game as Ringold was resilient coming back again. Their program hasn't had much success at all the last few years, but thought they could maybe win this one. But Laurel Highlands resilient, pulled away at the end to win 6-3.
And you have Senj 15 strikeouts in your final total there, Nick?
Let's see how many I counted. Yeah, 15. That sounds good to me. Yes, 15 for Senj.
So Peyton Senj, 15 strikeouts. Mustangs win it 6-3. Again, high school baseball tomorrow. Laurel Highlands taking on Connellsville. 4 o'clock start, 3:40. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show game both on the radio and on YouTube Live. Again, the Laurel Highlands softball team will take on Oakland Catholic here tomorrow. The next TV game coming up on Mondays. They'll take on Elizabeth Forward also at 4 o'clock. Nick, enjoyed it as always. I'm sure I'll see you work a couple more games with you here later on this season, and you'll be with TJ coming up on Monday.
Absolutely, Brian. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for bringing me out, and have fun with Tony tomorrow for baseball.
Yes, again, I have to thank Carl Childs behind the camera. For Nick Barczyk, this is Brian Morozak. Laurel Highlands, a 6-3 win over the Ringgold Rams. So long, everybody, from Laurel Highlands High School.